I'm faced with the biggest decision I'll ever make in my life, and that's picking a school to go to start my college football career. I have over 16 scholarship offers, mostly from big-time Division I Power 5 schools. Like, where do I go? Oklahoma, Michigan, LSU, Florida, Bama, Virginia Tech, Georgia, so many options. Do I walk on to a school like USC, Texas, Oregon, Notre Dame, Auburn, TCU, Oklahoma State? So many options, so many places to go, so many different environments. But one thing I knew, I didn't want to go to a big time Power 5 school because I didn't want to just be an added addition. I wanted to be a game changer, a program changer. But I want to be that for a team that really truly needs my talents. But with all that being said, I'm going to walk on to the University of Ohio. Go Bobcats. When I let the head coach know I was interested in signing with their school, he delivered on a lot of promises he made, giving me my jersey number of choice and making me the #1 corner on the depth chart as a true freshman. But I think I came in just a little too confident, because coming into my first practice, I made a few plays, I made some tackles. But one thing I just wasn't used to was not being tried, not having the ball being thrown my way. And it seemed like the entire practice, that's what was happening. I really didn't make the impact that the coaches thought I should. So after just my first practice, coach demotes me to the #2 corner on the depth chart. I understood why, but going into our first game against Penn State, I was determined to make sure coach knew that was a big mistake. Early in the first quarter, I get my first collegiate stat with a tackle on his running back. The rest of the first quarter was pretty uneventful, but to kick off the second quarter, I did what I do best. I bait up this route, get this quarterback to throw this long ball to the sideline, and I get my first collegiate pick. Quarterback thought he had a good angle on me, but I think everyone in that stadium knew he wasn't catching me. I get my first pick, and I take it back for a pick 6, and I break the NCAA record for the longest interception return for a touchdown in history. I get a big hit on the running back down here, but on the very next play, they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They throw the ball to the opposite side of the field, and they get a huge gain on this pass play. But I knew I just had to step up and make plays where I could. But I step in and get this tackle to stop the running back for walking in for a touchdown. After that, coach pulls me out, and Penn State walks in and scores. But early in the third quarter, Penn State's quarterback throws a quick strike for a touchdown, and they go up 14-7. And even though I baited this route up pretty good, this Penn State quarterback does everything he can to avoid me, finds this receiver in the middle of the field for a huge play. And towards the end of the third quarter, I go in to make a tackle, and I get tripped up by one of my teammates, and I go down with an ankle injury. But I check back in the game at the start of the fourth quarter, and I immediately make another play by getting a tackle on this running back. But throughout the fourth quarter, offense didn't have any momentum, and Penn State just runs out the clock. And we lose our first game on the road against Penn State 24-14. I end this game with 7 tackles and a pick 6. Before our game against New Mexico State, coach tells me I can challenge for the #1 corner spot again. Going into this practice, they didn't throw the ball my way at all. They ran the ball just about every play. So I make a few tackles, but in the end, it just wasn't enough for me to be #1 corner again. But to kick off our first home game against New Mexico State, my teammate drops an easy pick that could have been a pick 6. But on the very next play, they throw a touchdown going to that same side of the field, taking an early 7-0 lead. Then early in the second quarter, my teammate baits up this quarterback, catches a pick, and takes it back for 6. And then later on in the second quarter, right before the half, he throws another pick to a different teammate, and he takes it back for 6. And on the very next possession, he throws a 50-50 ball. My teammate catch another pick. Then late in the third quarter, he throws his 4th pick of the game. And then right before the fourth quarter, when I thought I was going to get my chance to catch a pick, I bait this route up just a little too much, and then this quarterback chooses to throw the perfect ball. But I come down and I make the tackle. Then early in the fourth quarter, their quarterback throws a dot, and New Mexico State receiver takes it in for a touchdown. And I come in and get a big tackle and stop the running back from getting his first down. Then I call myself baiting this slant route. My safety is just sitting there when he's really supposed to be stepping up to make this play. I break out of my zone, but I'm too late, and they score another touchdown. We win our first home game. We beat New Mexico State 34-24. I lead this game with only 3 tackles because this quarterback did everything in his power to avoid throwing the ball to my side of the field. He threw 4 interceptions before he even tried me once. But at the end of the day, I'm a team player, and I'm just happy we got the win. After our win over New Mexico State, next week we play Marshall on the road, and I refuse to not be the #1 corner this week. And I already know they finna run the ball like crazy. So I shoot straight into the backfield, and I get a tackle on the running back from behind. And then I shoot straight off the line, and I get back here and get a tackle for loss. And then surprisingly, they come to my side of the field again, and I get another tackle for loss. And this tackle right here pretty much secured my spot as the #1 corner again. I had to make sure I really cement myself to be the #1 corner and let everybody on this team know. So after playing my zone, and the quarterback hits this check down, I come full speed downhill, and I hit this running back as hard as I can. I cause a forced fumble. My boy Cinco scoops up the ball and takes it all the way back to the crib. After practice, coach officially announces that I'm the #1 corner again. Late in the first quarter on the road against Marshall, on first down, I get a big hit on their running back. I hit him so hard, he didn't even get up, and he was out for a couple of plays. A few plays later, their quarterback decides to take off and scramble, and I get a big hit to cause the 4th down. And then late in the second quarter, right before the half, Marshall's quarterback runs in for their first touchdown of the game. And on the last play of the first half, I get a big big hit on that running back. And then early in the third quarter, I got an opportunity to meet this running back head to head in the hole, and I completely whiffed this tackle. And he takes this long run all the way back to the crib, and Marshall takes a 17-7 lead. And a little later in the third quarter, my teammates struggled to bring this quarterback down, and I finished the play by making this tackle. Offense went down to score a touchdown, made this game 17-14. Then the first play of the fourth quarter, my teammates give up a bomb, and just like that, Marshall is back in the red zone trying to score another touchdown. On the very next play, Marshall's quarterback throws a dot in the back of the end zone to his receiver, and they take a 23-14 lead. We ended up taking the L 23-14. I got little to no action in the passing game because it was raining, and overall, why would you throw at the best player on the field? At this point, I'm starting to get annoyed with the lack of opportunity due to the fact that I'm just so talented. Why would you throw the ball my way when you can throw it at my teammates and be at less risk of throwing a pick? I completely erased their team's #1 receiver out the game, and they was able to do everything else to win this game. To kick off our game against FCS East, I come down and I make this tackle on their running back. A few plays later, this quarterback low-key faked me out, but I recover and I get the tackle right after he gets the first down. But later in the first quarter, they march their way into the red zone, and I make this great touchdown-saving open field tackle. But after going a couple games with no pick, I tried to bait up this out route. Quarterback throws a dot. The receiver drops the ball, and I almost catch this pick. Then later in the second quarter, I fight through this block and I make a good tackle on the running back. Halfway through the third quarter, at this point, I'm starving for a pick. So I bait up this route, but I don't get back in time to catch the pick, but I do make the tackle before the receiver can get the first down. I had nobody in my zone, so I come down the middle of the field and I make a tackle on this receiver. We're up 21-3 right before the fourth quarter. FCS East is right back in the red zone, and we give up our first touchdown of the day. And then early in the fourth quarter, being up 28-10, quarterback throws a pick to my teammate. At this point, I'm just glad somebody getting one. A little later in the fourth quarter, I come all the way across the field to make a big hit on this quarterback. Coach pulls the starters. We get a 42-10 win at home against FCS East. I think it's pretty obvious that I just don't belong here. The lack of competition, the lack of skill on both sides of the ball when we play against decent talent like Penn State and Marshall. Two losses that could have easily been avoided if the offense just stepped up and my other teammates played up to par. I definitely do appreciate my time here, but I think the best thing for me in the rest of my college career is to forfeit my freshman season and enter the transfer portal and go to a school where I can help build a program but also compete against the best. But with all this time I have left before I enter my next chapter, I'm about to put in this work, get a lot bigger, stronger, and faster, and take over college football and compete at the highest level. Only 4 games into my career at Ohio University, and I got to get up out of here, bro. The lack of opportunity, the lack of talent around me, I have to go somewhere where I can compete with the best against the best. Where should I go to kick off my sophomore season and hopefully finish off my college career? And remember, I need to go somewhere where I can compete against a lot of talent, and I need to play around a lot of talent, but at the same time, I still want to build a program up. I still want to be a key piece to the success of a team. So it can't be somewhere that's just, too crazy, too good, but it has to be somewhere where I can compete, where my teammates are complimenting me, and as a team, we're thriving. If you're new to the KJ series, make sure you check the videos on screen and go watch episode 1 and 2. That way you fully caught up on the series.